Let's bring in Javier Mendez. How's it going, man?
It's going okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Following Cain's loss to Wordham, I believe I read on Facebook you posted a message saying you were taking the blame for Cain's performance. What was that all about?
Well, as the head coach, it's your responsibility to look into everything. And I didn't do my research like I should have. I was just I was trying to get Kane to go out there a month, but I didn't push it very hard. I just said we need to go out there a month beforehand, and he was saying he worked out there before, not a big deal. So when he gave me, after, talking to him a little bit, when he gave me 2 weeks notice, I basically was happy with that. And I said, okay, you got such great cardio, we're not going to have to worry about it. So, okay, I'll take that. Well, if I'd have done my research, that second week is the worst week ever for a fighter that's there. So had I asked the experts beforehand, which is what I should have done, I would have insisted that we be there 6 weeks before, and I wouldn't have taken no for an answer. So the blame it goes on me because I should have looked into it more, and I didn't. So he's the fighter. He's not supposed to know that stuff. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I take that responsibility on me. I don't put it on him. It just wasn't him. He's a fighter. He'll fight whoever, this and that. He doesn't care, this and that. But where are the coaches? We're the ones that's supposed to be his eyes and his ears. And then I failed him in this one.
Was it
So that's why
real?
I took the blame.
Yeah. Was it really shocking to you how much of a change it was?
Extremely shocking, man. And in all the years he's been with me from the very first day, I've never ever seen him that tired, like he was in that first minute and a half. I didn't know what I was looking at. And Crazy Bob Cook and myself, we were so just like didn't understand what was going on that we were like trying to change up everything we could to try to see what we can do to cause a difference. We go from moving the outside from kicking to take him down. I mean, everything. I mean, and I'm screaming because I'm looking at him taking a beating, and I'm yelling at him to take him down, take him down. He takes him down, he gets submitted, and but it didn't matter what was going to happen. There was just nothing that could be done for us at that time. He had nothing. I'd watch him punch Fabricio square in the face, and it was like nothing. It was like spaghetti was hitting him.
Yeah.
And credit to their camp. I mean, they did their job. They did a great job of prepping Fabricio correctly. So they did their job. We didn't. Well, I did. And that's all I can say is that they did their job. We didn't.
Dana White has been critical of some of the camps, such as yours, in the past for the rash of injuries in the sport. What's your take on that?
Well, I've had a discussion with Dane. I never had a discussion with ever. I never really ever spoke to him till after this incident where he made the comment about the Stone Age. I just happened to be with Cain that very week that he made those comments, and we were training at the UFC training gym right down below their office, and he came down. So I started talking to him about how I train, and at first he was kind of like looking at me like, okay, yeah, he's just appeasing me, but I kept on it. And then he realized that I was dead serious, that I am into looking to change, that I'm not stubborn, that I will look into whatever's best for the fighters, and that he doesn't really know how we train. And if he did, then he wouldn't have made those comments in reference to my gym. But regardless of that, he was 100% correct in making those statements because we as trainers need to look at ourselves and look at every situation to improve because our sport's very demanding. There's a lot of injuries that can happen from so many different various styles in sports, especially wrestling, and jiu-jitsu, and they have the MMA combo together when they're sparring. There's a lot of injuries that occur. If you ever watch boxing, how often do you see boxers pull out of fights because of injury? Rarely ever, because boxing, out of all the sports that are involved in this particular, art that we do, it's the least amount of injuries because it is. Boxing
Right.
primarily the least amount of injuries. And all the years that I've been in my gym, just out of pure boxing, I've never had any of my guys get hurt from boxing. Never. And then we're
Right.
talking 20-something years of boxing, and we've never been hurt in boxing. Outside maybe there's been a KO here and there, but not like a flash KO, So usually when that happens, I give my guys an automatic 30-day suspension when they get knocked out. And then basically I want them to go see a doctor to make sure they have no concussion, because concussions are very serious.
Okay, man. Later tonight in San Diego, Josh Thomson will be back in action. He's coming off back-to-back split decision losses. How's Josh looking?
Josh is looking fantastic. He's on point. He's looking great, and he's got a really tough opponent, Tony Ferguson. Tony's pretty. I mean, he's good in every area. Tony got great ground game, good wrestling, real good wrestling. Knows how to use his reach really well, covers up really well, good defensive. I mean, it's a fight. It's a fight. It's a real good fight. It's a tough fight. But Josh is ready, and we'll see what happens. But it's a real good fight. Josh is a performer. This should be. I potentially has potential of being fight of the night.
Okay, the Ultimate Fighter just concluded, and it was team versus team, camp versus camp this year. What did you think about the season?
I wasn't as enthused and interested in it as I would like to have been. I wasn't. I wasn't interested in it like I should have been. I should have been more interesting, and there was fights were definitely, some of the fights were very interesting. But I wasn't looking like, well, I gotta watch the next season. The next episode. I gotta watch the next episode. So I did. You know what I did? Like, I like that team concept where the fighters can be way behind, and then they can make up points in the later fights. I did like that. So that made it very, very interesting. But the chemistry, I don't. The owner versus owner chemistry, it just didn't do it for me. I didn't get into the characters, I guess, and I mean that's what we're looking for right outside the fights. We're looking to see and get the characters, and maybe it's because, just as my opinion, maybe they didn't get into the characters enough. They didn't get into the owners, get more of their life story, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we didn't know who Dan Lambert is. We didn't know who the other guy is. I don't forget his damn name, but we don't know who he is. And they're actually, Dan Lambert is a hell of an interesting character, but we as the audience didn't get to see who that guy really is. He's an incredible character, and we didn't see it, and I'm sure the other guy's probably an incredible character too. So here we got coaches versus coaches. No one really knows who they are, whereas in the fighters, when they're coaches, at least we know who they are. We know their story, but I didn't know the story of Dan and the other guy. I mean, I know Dan, a little bit about Dan's story, and he's a story, but they didn't capture them, as who they really are. So you can really look and follow those guys, and that's what I think was missing personally. The main guys weren't known to the general public, other than the gym owners. But there's more to that, to both of those guys. There's a lot more to them, and it wasn't exposed.
Would you be interested in having your team involved with something like that?
Of course, anytime you get any kind of publicity, it's always good for the gym. The Ultimate Fighter, yeah, of course, definitely would be of interest. I don't know if they'll do one again, but 100% be of interest for the gym. Yes.
Okay, man. Luke Rockhold, what's going on with him? Do you know when he'll be getting back into the cage yet?
No. I mean, originally, we were looking at Manhattan, Madison Square Garden, but that didn't go through. So now I think it's up in the air. Then I was hearing maybe Melbourne, under the 60,000 seat arena. That's up in the air too. I don't know. I just know that at least I hope that it's 100% between him and Weidman. They're already starting their beef and back and forth. And Daniel Cormier, my prized pupil of instigation, is he's at work. He's just a masterful instigator, that guy. Yeah, they don't come any better than him, and how to push the right buttons, and he's a prize, that guy. He's a great marketer. He knows how to piss people off, and it's legit. He does it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I know in the past Herschel Walker has trained with you guys. There was a speculation a few weeks back he might consider another fight. going to Bellator. Do you think that's a realistic possibility?
Yeah, it is definitely realistic. First of all, has the time. He's so darn busy with all his businesses that he does, and he loves training, and basically the team loves him, and he loves the team, and he's all team AKA, he is true and true a truly great martial artist, and I just don't know if he has the time to give to the sport. If he does, then yes, he'll be back, but I don't know if he has the time.
Okay, a lot of changes in MMA. What's your opinion on the commissions not allowing IVs after weigh-ins? Will that affect a lot of fighters?
I don't know because I don't know many fighters that take IVs after, but from what I've heard, that yes, it would affect a lot of the fighters, and I thought it was supposed to be for the safety of the fighters, but if the IVs are to protect the fighter, then why are you taking something that's to protect the fighter? It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't know enough about it. But if I'm not mistaken, that means they're giving these guys IVs to recuperate and recover. So they're cutting all that weight through dehydration and the whole bit, and all of a sudden you're not giving them something to get them back to normal. It's not like it's a booster or anything like that. It's just so they can fight to their best potential, not an enhanced potential, just their best potential. So I don't see the reason why there should be a problem with it. But then again, I don't know the reasons why they're doing it, and and that's it. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, like in the NFL, I'm pretty sure on the sidelines during the game, some of the guys are getting IVs, so it's a little strange.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. But I don't know the reasoning behind it. I didn't look into it. I just read that, as I was told her, that's it.
Okay, man, well, I appreciate you giving us the time. Anything you'd like to promote on the show or throw out your social media?
Well, yeah, everybody should come out to Phuket, Thailand, to see AK Thailand. It's an incredible place to vacation and get some great, authentic Muay Thai from some great coaching over there. It doesn't get better than AK Thailand for Muay Thai. And it's a mixture now of MMA also, too. So Mike Swick, who's the owner there, is doing a great job of creating another empire over there. And so, yeah, if people want a great vacation in Thailand, go to Phuket, Thailand. Get some great training in Thai boxing and MMA.
Awesome. Thanks very much for doing this, man.
All right, buddy.
Okay. See ya.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.